we're here today to do a video that I did, I think like once or twice before, but now I want Maki to get in on it, and it is monthly favorites. So we're actually gonna sort of like gloss over the fact that we didn't do it for most of the year. Technically this is a June monthly favorites, but I am putting some things in that are from like earlier in the year because I just have to talk about it.
It's kind of like a mid-year favorites thing.
So we'll catch up. So real quick, our first category is book. We all knew that this was probably going to be my answer to this question. I freaking loved Wildcard. I thought I would love it. I didn't understand how much I would actually love it, so yeah, you got that. The Wicked King was a close second, but honestly, I think I just love the characters and this world so much, and really does such a bang-up job.
No, she's amazing.
It's
absolutely.
Just, okay.
Okay, the book, consequently is the book that I'm kind of reading now. It's actually the Dresden Files book 1. I finished it. It's basically wizarding noir.
Oh my god, you and your noir.
I know, and it's actually fantasy noir, urban fantasy noir, because it centers around Harry Dresden, wizard.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually what it says on his door. And he's a private investigator. No, he's not a private investigator. He's a wizard. But it's told from the tone of like, he was a gumshoe. And
that is a very interesting subgenre that I did not know.
It is insane. Urban fantasy at its grittiest and finest. So that was fun. All right, next one.
The next category is basically any comics or graphic novels or manga that we loved over the last month. Do you want to go first this time?
I would have to go with Lock and Key. Because Joe Hill is a genius, and apparently, you know, he's carved out a niche for his own. It's a story about a family where the father gets murdered terribly, and they have to now go live. I shouldn't be
smiling about that.
And they now go live in a mansion. I think it's called Lock and Key. But the interesting about the mansion is every single door that they walk through, as long as you have the right key, does something crazy. Like for example, makes your spirit leave your body, and therefore leaves your body completely dead until you come back to it, of course.
How the heck do you do that if you're...
I haven't read further enough for them to explain how the heck that house had all those kinds of doors and keys. And then they realized that maybe the people the reason their father was murdered probably wasn't so random after all.
That's creepy as hell.
Awesome.
Complete opposite of what I'm gonna show you. This is an early copy of Aquicorn Cove by Katie O'Neill, and it is the cutest thing ever. Opposite. It is just like adorable. Like, all of these illustrations are adorable. The story is essentially about a little girl and her father who go back to like their hometown to help with the cleanup after a massive storm has caused some damage, and they're just about done cleaning up, and like there's this unresolved feelings that this girl has over losing her mom and like being away from her hometown, and then there's another big storm, and that kind of puts a lot of things into play. I love that there was like a very personal touch to this one, but at the same time there's the theme of like you caring for the environment and the environment in turn taking care of you, and it's just so good and it's so cute and I love it so much.
I think if everybody got Aquicorns, we'd recycle more.
If I got an Aquicorn, I wouldn't be living here.
That is also true. Alrighty.
Next category, movies. We haven't actually seen that very many movies, but I can give you a quick rundown of the ones that I need to mention. Black Panther, which is effing amazing, and Maki will agree with that one, I think.
Wakanda forever.
I think
really.
I've seen, how many times did I get to see it? 3?
3 times.
I might
have seen it 4 times.
You might have seen it 4,
I totally might have seen it 4 times.
So flippin' amazing. It's by far like the best Marvel movie.
And a prerequisite to watching Infinity War, which is one of my favorites, and like one of my cousins / siblings who went into watching Infinity War and had no idea what the Black Panther movie was.
How though?
So,
how?
When the entire T'Challa part comes in, he's like, who the hell are these people? That was funny. Love you, Kev.
I also want to mention Love, Simon, because it's flippin' amazing. It is such a great adaptation of that book. It is so cute. It is super well done, has a great soundtrack, has a great cast. So good. But also, because I'm trash and we know it, have to mention 2 Bleach movies, because it was Maki's, I think it was Maki like randomly like telling me, oh, there's Bleach movies, and I'm like, what, you didn't tell me this beforehand, why?
And I had no idea why I didn't tell her. It was a crime.
So, first, we gotta mention Fade to Black, which is the best of all of them. I've seen all 4 now. It's the it's the best one of all of them because the plot is really well done and the story is really emotional, and it actually makes sense in the context of the larger manga anime story. It's the one where Rukia lose all memories of Rukia.
Oh yeah, that was kind of cool.
It was
okay, yeah, that was
very
cool.
good. Like, honestly, you guys probably won't care about the plot if you don't watch Bleach. So if you want to know, just ask. But It's good.
It's a great plot device
Yeah.
where you take a well-loved character and then you immediately erase them from everybody else's memories and shenanigans ensue. It's a pretty good plot.
But speaking of well-loved characters, my favorite character in Bleach is Toshiro Hitsugaya, who is a captain, and he actually has an entire movie where he's one of like he's the main like character in it, and
Yeah,
the Diamond Dust Rebellion. It's not quite as well done, I think, as
No,
Fade
it's
to
not
Black,
as clean.
but it's Hitsugaya's story, so I don't even give a crap. So yeah, had to mention it. I had to. Like, there was just no way that was not gonna get mentioned.
Which is a great segue to the next
anime.
one, which is what's your favorite anime. And to our great regret and pain, we must mention Yona of the Dawn.
It is so good, you guys. You don't understand. It's so good. It's so compelling.
It takes the classical kind of set in like an Asian medieval setting type deal where there's a young girl just figuring, you know, coming into her own and tragedy strikes. It evokes classics like Fushigi-Yugi.
Definitely Fushigi-Yugi.
And with some elements of fantastical stuff like Ray Earth and like the different countries and such, but it's not as magical girly. But the character is so compelling. She's one of the strongest female characters in anime that we've seen yet.
Yeah.
She
always does the thing I don't expect her to do.
Yeah, indeed. And you'd think she was just your stereotypical, like, I like food and I'm just loud and I'm not girly. But then she decides to kind of woman up and open up a can of whoop ass that you didn't even think was there, but then you see it. It's foreshadowed and
so
tastefully done and told.
It's beautiful too. Like, the actual animation is...
It's great. So we can't get enough of it. We are devastated that
we literally finished the first season and we were both like,
what do you mean there's no more?
I mean, there's more manga, but like...
Yeah, the manga, thank God the manga's still ongoing. And then we were reading articles where it was like, oh, manga production is stopping because of Earth. I'm like, damn you, Mother Earth, why? But then apparently the mangaka had started writing again, so we're like, oh, thank God. So...
I also need to mention the Ancient Magus Bride. I love it. It's so good. Like, it's such an interesting story because the conflict in it is very character driven, and I like that a lot. It is very dark compared, like, even Yona has a lot of stuff happening, but it's not quite as dark as Ancient Magus Bride because there are a lot of things that are sort of questionable in it. But it's really good. Also, special shout out to Boruto because...
Which is my favorite TV show, by the way.
I love... Oh, that's because I classified it. We'll fast forward to that in a second. But also, gotta mention Clear Card because I'm also disappointed that season is over and I don't get anything else right now.
For those of you who don't know what Clear Card is, that's the card captor Sakura. I want to say
reboot, I guess
it's not a reboot. It's like a flash forward.
Yeah, I guess.
It takes place after the events of the first series, so it's not even a new season. It's a new series altogether, where the characters from Card Captor Sakura are now older and are more in tune with their feelings. Which is that's how powerful and evocative those feelings are.
There was literally like a moment that popped into my mind.
Because there was this one moment that it pays off so well. You have been waiting for this since like 1991 or whenever the hell Card Captor Sakura came out, and it was done so well. They're not little babies anymore, but they are your little cinnamon rolls. So and that ship is sailing quite well.
It's sailing so beautifully, isn't it?
And we're hoping that they're going to continue it.
I hope so.
There's no news. But the manga's still on.
It would be really, like, that ending would
It wouldn't make sense. And it wouldn't make sense because Card Captor Sakura is such a famous title. Like, for Yona who came out of nowhere to just suddenly stop. Or even for Bleach, which was famous, but then went to crap, like somewhere during the Fullbring arc. You would understand why they would cut it, but Sakura, I wouldn't know why. Anyway.
Okay, so speaking of TV shows, that was the next one. So Maki is going to talk about Boruto for like 2.5 seconds.
It was amazing. I really love it. It's awesome.
Kidding. You could talk about it more.
Okay, no, I better totally take that seriously. No, I just, Boruto was, it's, again, at the events after the whole Naruto Shippuden series. It's about the offspring of that previous generation.
It's a lot tighter storytelling-wise, I would say that.
Oh, if not necessarily grander in scale and kind of badassery.
Also, we kind of just love them.
Because it's a peacetime story until...
Can we also just talk about the fact that we so ship two of like the side characters that have nothing to do with the main story?
Who were children in the first one and are adults now, and they're really hot.
And they literally don't even show up very often.
But when they do, I swear to God, and Tumblr always ships it so hard. The minute we saw a trailer that these two characters would be in the same friggin' room, like, the Tumblr suddenly just started scrolling up and people are yelling, "Oh my God, guys, it's happening, it's happening."
I feel like everyone's been waiting.
Because we have been waiting. That's a ship that has
I am still waiting, dude. I don't know what
it doesn't even have to do with actual Boruto, the main characters, who by the way is the son of Naruto, so that's a whole thing. We don't want to bore you with that, but If anything, it's the ship of all ships that matters right now.
There is one other TV show that I really think it's very important to mention because it gives me a lot of feelings, and that's Voltron.
Yes.
I did not think I could have that many feelings about freaking robots in space.
You did it! DreamWorks!
Here's the thing.
You got one!
Here's the thing. I'm not really into like, I know they're like in anime specifically. There's like
yeah,
a subgenre
there is
like
robots
mecha,
in space.
Right?
Mecha is a subgenre.
See, I'm not really into robots, so I'm just like, you know, fine. So when he was like, let's watch Voltron, I was like, alright, you know.
It's a classic.
Season 1 was great.
Season 1 was amazing.
And then we took like a long break, and then we were like, oh, we should pick it up.
Yeah, because like suddenly 6 seasons later.
Cuts to literally like 3 episodes in season 2. What the hell is happening? And that continues all the way until season
all the way to the end. 6. And it's actually, I feel it's wormed its way up there. Blasted its way up there with like Avatar the Last.
Don't worm,
Avatar the Last Airbender, Korra, like that subgenre of Western storytelling in animated format.
I'm still emotional. I'm just like thinking about.
Good. It's so good.
They
also, it's unfair that Keith looks that good.
I was gonna say they also did such a great job with the individual characters, and I think that's why.
Yeah, it's true though. How they were able to plot individual character growth for absolutely all of the paladins is insane.
I think that's really the draw of it for me. Like, I don't think I would care about these robots otherwise. Let's be real.
Yeah, it's true. Alrighty.
Next category is songs. Okay, that's easy. James Flippin' Bay released an album in May, and it is flippin' phenomenal. It is a sound that sounds like him, but it's also brand new, and I love it. I didn't think I would at first because it's almost not quite what I expect from him, but I think that's the part that appealed to me the most. So definitely check out his album, guys. It's so good, and we get to see him in September, which is amazing.
The one James Bay song that I will mention right now that is an absolute favorite was his live, not the recorded, not the Spotify version, but the live guest post that he had on The Voice with Alicia Keys.
That was phenomenal.
And it was Us. It was, and
which I flip in love, by the way.
For Alicia Keys to actually like nail those notes with James Bay and do that amazing 2-part harmony that they did is just nuts. And so I love that. Another obsession of mine would have to be Jeremy Jordan's version of She Used to Be Mine, which is a song from Waitress written by Sarah Bareilles. There's clips of him all over the place. Jeremy Jordan is an amazingly talented human being, and that's a song that I am definitely going to cover in the future to come. So that's gonna be fun.
Spotify, check it out. But the last 2 things I want to mention are I got to go to a Polycon with my friends Rachel and DJ, and that was in DC, and it was really fun. And the very, very last event that I want to talk about is Book Expo and BookCon. You will probably be able to tell from our vlog, it was really fun. I got an abbreviated version of it because I didn't go on Thursday and Friday, but Mackie had the full version. We would love to know what your favorites are. Feel free to share any of your other favorites. Anyway, those are all our favorites for the months of June and backwards.
Carried over.
A little carried over. We're going to be doing this on a monthly basis now, so the next one is definitely just going to be July stuff. But we would love to hear what you guys have been enjoying this year so far. If you guys have any anime recommendations, please let us know. Anyway, so there. We'll see you guys next time. Bye!